Oh, my favorite.
What's good, everybody? This your girl, I am Amore. With my right hand, my man's, my ace boom, is the real Mason right there. And we have a wonderful special guest, Ducky Dynamo. Man, with a name like that, you know they special. Okay. We would love to welcome you to New Era 410 podcast. But
Thank you.
before we
Thank
go
you.
any further, please tell our supporters who you are.
Okay, so I am Ducky Dynamo. I guess I would say best known as a DJ, born and raised here in Baltimore, focused on Baltimore. My main focus right now is being a advocate, evangelist, whatever you want to call it, for Baltimore club music. That's been my passion and my mission and goal over the past years. I've been DJing for about 8 years now. Again, I throw events, have my parties, do my thing. Um, I was one of the folk who were behind the recent Baltimore Club Music Day holiday, bringing that into a reality. And they gave me a little trophy for it. I got one of those trendsetter awards for it. So I was super honored to be a recipient of that, along with being able to bring the day around. And that's about it. That's the best way. Club music, DJ and producer, all that. Good times.
Awesome, awesome. So I hear that you are a trendsetter in a
That's what they
Baltimore club scene.
say.
So how do you feel even having that title of being a trendsetter?
It was crazy because, all right, so here we go. Here's the Ducky story. Um, when I first got involved with anything in nightlife, club related, whatever, this is back in like 2006, 2007. Um, to cut a lot of the not related to club music out, when I started being a promoter and being involved, it was one of those things where I always saw the spirit of club music. I always saw its potential. I always saw its power and everything involving, just the artistry of it down to the community that we built, just being cool with each other and creating the family aspect of it, all that. And I just wanted to keep it going. Back then, it was one of those things where I just wanted to be a part of it. And I just never let it go. So I got older and got to the point where it was like I could actually make moves and do things. And my mission was simply just to be able to cultivate this and keep it going and spread. So to see the work that I've done in, the background to kind of do that, to finally to get some sort of recognition for it, to make it seem like people actually saw the groundwork and saw the behind the scenes and saw, the stuff that I've been doing, it was like, oh shit, like wow. Um, I respect it because it was like, hell yeah, like I know what I did. But it's still like even a month later, it's still kind of like, wow, like this means something, especially really for me to share the roster that I share with. It's not just me, it's everyone else who got that award as well. And for all intents and purposes, I'm gonna be real, like I'm the newest one on that list, so to speak. Like I've been doing stuff for, like I said, since 2007. But as far as anything that I would consider really impactful, fairly recent. But you look at the other people on that list; these are all people I look up to. These are all people that I'm a fan of. So it's like to sit with them, to be recognized the same way. It was kind of crazy, but I'm excited and I'm happy about it. So
You got me excited too. I mean, and it's really exciting too. I think when you actually see the fruits of your labor. A lot of times when we don't necessarily see the fruits of our labor, right when we want to, we be like, man, this ain't doing nothing. I'll quit. But
for
to see
sure,
you be so persistent and just be like, this is my goal, and these are the things I'm gonna do to reach my goal. You know what I'm saying? So
right?
that I truly applaud you for that because
Thank you.
it's not easy. It's
No,
not
it's not. It has not been all fun. It definitely hasn't been that. And that's part of it too. Seeing, knowing again the hard work, the sacrifices, blah blah blah, the dark days, the times when you were like, yeah, like I'm gonna just give this up. It's not making me no money, it's not doing this, it's not doing that, whatever. Knowing that we still woke up the next day like, no, let's do it. Let's push through, and seeing that it actually mattered to people, and it actually affected, everything. And people tell me I influenced them. People tell them, I've trained a lot of DJs. I've helped a lot of, people get their events together. And it's like, if I never throw another party again, that's cool enough for me, because I know that where I've made my mark, and I know how I've helped others do than what I do. So I'm like, it's cool. We did it. Now we just gotta keep it going.
Right. I got a spill full of questions, but I'm gonna let Mason get the floor real fast.
You know me, I'm just sitting back. I'm just enjoying learning and hearing different people's story. That's one of my favorite things about this podcast. Like, you get to see the person behind the social media platform. You get what I'm saying? So I don't really have too much to say. You know me, I'm ready to jump into the segment. I want to jump into the segment, the get to know you segment.
Let's go.
I would like to shout out all the people that's on the live right now. They pouring in.
Yes. And we thank you.
Pouring in. So first thing we're gonna do is ask L questions. We're gonna ask a body of questions. They're not gonna be a bunch of serious questions. They're gonna be things that's gonna the fans get to know who you are as a person.
Yep.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, so the first question I want to ask you: what motivates you?
Ooh. Oh, my answer is dark, and it makes me sound like I'm real moody, and like I am though. All right, so because I just made it a stats the other day, and a couple people hit me up like, you know what, I like that. Misery. I made stats the other day, and I was like, misery is motivation, and I said this because I woke up in the morning, and I throw like a tantrum every morning when I wake up. If I don't wake up perfectly, like one of those people, if I don't wake up like in quiet and like comfortable like that, I'm having attitude for the day, right? So I live with my family, and part of my family includes my wonderful nephew, and he's 4. So if you know anything about Free, I don't gotta say really much anything further.
You don't gotta say nothing.
You already know the deal. So often will I wake up to whatever, just the loudest, just everything. And I'll be like, oh my God, and it'll kind of like mess me up. I'll be real irritated, right? So in those moments of discomfort, those are the moments where I found, and this is just something about me, like I've always been that the way to get me to do something is kind of either to make me uncomfortable or to piss me off. Because then at that point in time, it's like, no, I have to change what's going on. So, for example, I want to get my own spot again. I love my family to pieces, but I'm good. I like to have my own house like I used to. So every time it's one of those situations where it's like, I don't like my living situation. I'm miserable right now. Or any first world problem you can complain about. It's like, well, what are you about to do? You know, I'm about to go and make a mix. I'm about to go and see if I can get booked for something. I'm about to go and, create something. It's like, not only is it a distraction from the discomfort, if you do something, you won't be miserable no more. You ultimately are in charge of, your circumstances. So it's like, nah, any discomfort, that's because I want to be happy and at peace. And like, I don't, that's it. I don't want to work. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to have fun in my days. So it's like, until I get to that point, I'm uncomfortable because it's not where I want to be. So that's why I'm going to keep going, because I'm seeking that peace. So
it's like pressure creates diamonds.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kind of like that too, as far as like I bring my best out when like I'm most doubted or the most pressure is on me. So I definitely feel you on that one.
And I feel like it's sad we got to be that way, because it's always a little sad that we have to bring our best out of something a burden. Like, that's not fair. But it is the thing that pushes us, so it's like, it's just finding a way to embrace it, I found. to make it worthwhile instead of, you know, really taking it and being just angry about stuff.
Right. All right, Amor, we're going to bounce back and forth off of different questions in this segment.
So I have to know,
Okay.
what made you want to become a DJ?
I've just always loved music. Like, really, like, that's it. Ever since I was very small, music was my thing. I learned how to play a couple instruments early, and I played instruments through like elementary school, middle school a little bit. And really what happened was this: when I got out of high school, I wanted to play music, but I didn't think I was good enough at it. I played bass guitar, and I was like, man, I'm not nice enough to be in no band. I'm not nice enough to, you know,
I need you.
do this or anything else. So after a while, and this again is tied up with when I started partying, going to clubs and stuff, I was like, well, nah, the DJ is the greatest thing ever. The DJ controls the party. The DJ can use all of the knowledge of the music I have. And I love all music. Like, I grew up listening to everything. And I don't mean that for fake. Like, there's a bunch of people who be like, no, I listen to, no. I really, truly, like, my Spotify random list is wild. So it was one of those things that it was like, how can I be a part of this musically without necessarily having to sing, because I can't sing, without having to rap, because I probably shouldn't rap, you know, without having to play an instrument, you know, that's, you know, that I got to get nice enough with a band, like all of that. But I can wield this music. Also, in the Napster era, see, I'm about to make myself seem old. I'm a little old, so it's okay. But in the Napster time, I started collecting music then. So I'm talking, I got MP3s from like 99, 2000. I've always collected music. So it was like, by the time I figured out, being a DJ might be the thing for me, I already had so much music that I could work with. So it was like, no, this is perfect. Just, it seemed like the slickest way to be able to use my knowledge of music and make it functional and fun. And yeah, I ain't looked back since.
Okay. All right. Another question I want to ask you is, what is, I like the answers that I get from this question. Don't mind me.
Okay.
What is your worst job?
Ooh. My worst job that I've had was I was the manager of an H&R Block. Yeah. I never in life want to go back to that foolishness again. This was a couple years ago. So imagine this. All right, so it's H&R Block. You can already imagine that's foolishness because it's people's taxes and money. So people already don't know how to act. The year I worked for them, and again, I was the manager of the location. It was like the second year of COVID. So it was after they gave those stimulus checks to everybody. And the unemployment was crazy. It was the first year everybody got the unemployment money, so they were trying to file that correctly. It was a zoo in there. People lost their mind. And it was just like, you know what? On a normal basis, I don't have no problem doing management. That's not an issue. But just dealing with the public at that point, and again, people are crazy, but you mess with their money, they get super crazy, especially if they don't understand what's going on or think they're owed something. You had people in there trying to pull stuff. You know, like people would try to rob the locations because we had a bunch of cash. Like, it was just like, it's too much. It was too much. I was like, y'all not paying enough to manage this for this amount of stress. And it was seasonal because it's only during tax time. Right. So it was like, I had 6 months to deal with this and then 6 months to like do something else. And I just got out of there. I was like, you're not doing this to me. I got like 3 more gray hairs messing around with them.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what's crazy. I worked for the IRS during that time.
Ooh, so yeah, no.
I understood. I understand. Yeah. We here. Yeah. We here.
No, I appreciate the solidarity because it was not fun.
It was treacherous.
It was not fun.
It was not for the weak at all.
No. They were dropping like flies. the employees, and that was part of the issue. Not only was it everything else, I had a management integrity issue because I like to think I'm a great manager. Mm-hmm. Everything I've ever managed is that I was a great manager. And part of the reason is because I actually pay mine to employees and, make sure shit makes sense basically for them. District manager had 952 things they wanted my employees to do on top of that foolishness. And I was kind of like, I'm not going to make these old tax employees go through this. I'm going to make them do their job and everything else can come after. So we consistently went back and forth and they were always mad at me. And I was like, my numbers are good though. What can you say? And they can never argue with me because I was getting shit done. But it was just like, kind of everything that could go wrong at a job. It just kind of did. It was just super uncomfortable. And I was like, I'm over it.
Man. So big up to taxpayers and
yes,
those who may work
nothing but be nice to them, give them their money that they ask for because it is not easy. It's
not easy at all. Oh man, that's crazy. So I know we supposed to not get so serious, right? But sometimes that's where my mind goes. Okay. So I remember you talk about the dark times, right? Could you just kind of like touch on that a little bit? Like touch on the dark times and touch on how you even got out of those dark times.
Okay. So, all right, this is get to know Ducky person. All right, so one thing about me, I am, because of my experiences and just how I am, I don't know, it's a me thing. I'm a super, super, super big advocate of mental health, hygiene, and emotional health, especially us as Black people, especially us as Black creatives, especially us as Black creatives in Baltimore. Like it goes and goes and goes and goes. So I'm real big on that, and I speak on my experiences often. I, a couple years ago, was diagnosed with bipolar and depression and, that whole pile of just crap to make you sad and stuff all the time. I have been through some bullshit with that over the past few years. And one of the things about me is, and what people know, and I'm not tooting my own horn, it's not nothing like that, I'm super, whatever, but I'm just telling you what it is. I never gave up on this music shit and on this club music shit and everything. No matter what I was going through at the time. And again, like I've been super crazy to the point of I spent the weekend in Shepherd Pratt. I've spent the days, just at home and just miserable and tears, couldn't do anything. And I'm not trying to knuckle down on that, but I'm bringing it up because being an entrepreneur, there have been times in my journey where being a DJ and doing the stuff involved with music was all that I was doing, like for income. But there are other times when I didn't have a job or I was working full time. So simply just the reality of being, again, a young Black creative in Baltimore, those shades make life really difficult. So dealing with that on top of your own personal, again, mental health struggles, emotional health struggles, physical health struggles, there are days where it's definitely like, none of this is worth it. Like you can feel lost, you can feel, desperate. And again, as a creative, as an artist, like when you make something and you might have put your soul in it, but ain't nobody checking for it, or it's not hitting the way you need it to, or something, it can really crush you, and it's hard. It's really easy to shake that faith, that's kind of what I mean by those dark days, like those days where it comes and you're, for whatever reason, like it could be, because you're having a depressed day, or it could just because you didn't get that booking you asked for, you lost that battle the last night, or whatever days come, or, you just wake up broke one day, like it could be anything. And when you're just like, I'm not about to do this, but you continue to do it, that's what I mean. Because especially when you're looking at your own survival, there are really some days where it's like, this is stupid. Like what I'm doing is really dumb as hell. I should be doing this, I should be focusing on that. But it's like, no, you have that drive, you have that passion to want to keep going. And it's like, that's the light. So that's what I mean by those dark days. Just being able to pull through your own demons and your own enemies, and whether they're realized or not, and doing what you think you put here to do.
Definitely.
I
So definitely
definitely
trying to find purpose. My bad.
sorry. I definitely I wanted to kind of piggyback off of that because I appreciate you taking the time to tell us, something so vulnerable like that. You get what I'm saying, on our platform. But both of us can attest to that exact feeling of putting your heart and putting your soul into something, and then you feel like it's just people just don't appreciate it. So for example, I can use this podcast for example. We are actually on season 2 of our podcast. So the first had 15 episodes, 14 or 15 episodes, 14 episodes. We are on episode 3 with you right now. Yesterday was our first day that we got a donation.
Right.
First day. And
congrats though.
Thank you. Appreciate
yes, for real.
And I've actually it's been times where Amore literally would not go to work the day of a podcast, or she would leave work early, or like we make a lot of sacrifices and we're not making any money off of this yet. So right. I definitely understand. And there was even times where people actually reached out to us and was like, hey, how can we like donate? How can we, like show appreciation? And then once we, made a cash app, all this type of stuff, nothing.
They started coming in.
No, they actually didn't.
No? Oh, I believe that too.
Yeah, people, you know what I'm saying? Like they was like making it seem like, yeah, we want to support y'all, we want to give y'all this and all that.
It's that spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And then
it's like we have the love, but love don't pay the bill. So it's like, wait, I love it too. I love you too, but help.
Yeah. You said help for real.
I'm gonna let Amore have the floor and say whatever she was about to say, but your story made me think about our podcast and like how much time, effort, because there be times where
it's worth it, though.
I'm up 6 a.m. editing the video right after we do maybe 2 or 3 episodes that same night.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, people don't see that work because we don't broadcast the work. Like I keep saying recently, especially the feedback from like these awards that went out for Club Music Day, I keep repeating a quote, the work is the reward. It's like the work is the reward. Remember, we're doing this because we have the ability to do this stuff. That's why we're doing it. Like, it's like that meme sounds like, you do this every day? Why? Because I love it. Like, yeah, I really do. No one else sees that grind. They don't see you up at 6 a.m. for the podcast. They don't see, you taking off work. They just see this, when it's time for you, to tap in and log in. So it's like you have to keep understanding that even though they don't see it, it's still worth it because it's nothing but sowing seeds. Like you said, you had your season 1, all of that just to get your first donation yesterday. Who knows what's gonna happen in a couple of weeks? Like growth is exponential. So it's like that's just my little soapbox of advice right there. Like we can't give up because of sowing seeds. Like you plant the bush today, it's not harvesting fruit tomorrow, ever. You gotta wait for the season. So it's hard though because we need money now. Like the bill is due yesterday, not in 3 months. So so it's just like, come on. But we gotta keep pushing.
For real. And I also appreciate you, dropping some gems, you know what I'm saying? Like because and even encouragement, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times, I think no matter if you're creative or if you're not, I just feel like a lot of times we get into our head, we get into like being really our worst critic because we like, man, I don't see it right now. Like, where is it? I need this, you know what I mean? But it's like, even me being an artist as well, is like, it's been times where I'm just like, yo, what the hell am I doing, bro?
Yeah, like why am I doing this?
Why am I doing this? You know what I mean? And it'll be like people send me certain things. Like for instance, my cousin sent me a picture of my name in the museum, right? Yeah. And I'm like, yo, what is that for? And she was like, oh, it's a poll. People are voting who their favorite singers or artists are and stuff like that. And I'm like, you sure that's my name? You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's
So,
the thing. That's one of the things, not to cut you off, that's one
no,
of
you
the
fine.
things I learned too. Why it's important to keep going. People are always watching.
Mm.
And you never know who you are influencing. And that's crazy because like that's something that's super, especially in those moments where it does feel like nothing's turned around. You will be surprised because let you go ahead and post something like, you know what? That's it. I'm done. I'm not going to pursue this anymore. You know, blah, blah, blah. I just don't have it in me to continue. I wish everybody who I went my journey, you know, best of luck. This, that, and the third. I quit. The amount of feedback you will get so quick. People you never knew paid mind to this. People who ain't never share a link. People who ain't ever come to a show. You don't know if they reposted a song, nothing. They will pop up like, no, stop, wait. You've been doing this. What happened? Don't give up. This, that, and the all this encouragement. And it's like, what? What the hell? Like, where were you? But it's like people are always watching your stuff. You know, again, another lesson I learned recently with the club music day thing. You know, we performed at AmFram. I got the award, and no shade to any of them. If any of them tune in or watching or see it eventually, out of nowhere, like that first week, those first couple of weeks, like 4 or 5 people from high school. I graduated in 2005. Some of these people, I like, they're high school people. Like this is eons ago. They hit me up just on some, yo, I see how you've been going with your, you know, with your DJing your career. That's really cool. We see that. That's what's up. Keep going. And it's just like, what? Like I'd have never thought that you were looking. I haven't spoken to you forever. Facebook's Facebook, but you know, so it's like just the hallways. You might see people and passing on a status type thing, but no. And it's like when you're doing something with momentum, and you know in your spirit it's something that you're supposed to be doing. People see, and people are influenced by that.
Mm.
And if not for yourself, who are you doing it for? And for me, one of my big things is I'm not doing this for me. I'm not doing this for, to see Megan name and lights or Ducky Dynamo on the billboard. I don't really care about that. Whatever. I know how to make money otherwise. I can go, I got a degree. I can go get a job and be rich if I feel like it. Right. So I'm not here for that. I'm literally here because I care about this culture, this city, everything about that. So it's for y'all. So if I get bored of it, it's like, what am I still serving? I give up. There's some 14-year-old little girl somewhere that I don't know, who's like, oh my God, there's the girl DJ, and she can do this. And if she find out that I give up, be like, oh man, and I used to teach DJing at Guitar Center. So I had a lot of younger students, and especially when like little black kids would come in, especially little black girls like you on DJ, their parents would tell me like it's crazy the impact just of seeing you do this is so inspiring. And it's like, oh, I'm out here affecting little souls. I can't give up for them. Think of the children. Like I said, my nephew, he's 4. In a decade, he's gonna be 14, worrying about homecoming and stuff. It's like we have to make sure that the stuff that we do and we love is still there, for our generations after. So it's like that's another part of those, that dark days conversation. It's like really just reflect on your mission and remember that you do impact a lot more than you see, and people are watching you, and people do look up to you, people do envy you, people do wish that they can live what you're doing as an artist. So do that for them, if not for you. It'll come back around. It always does.
But Lord. Man, it's a journey. I will say it's definitely a journey.
Yeah.
So like if you were if you were able to talk to like your younger self, what's some key advice you would give your younger self?
Try to focus. And that's hard for me to say. I'm one of those, not to belabor you with my whole resume, but if I think of the version of younger me, I've done so many different types of things. And it's like one of those jack of all trades type of situation where I, in various forms of place in life, tapped in on one thing specifically and did really, really good at it. And then would switch to another thing, tapping in and do really, really good at it. Looking back at where I ended up in life and what I ultimately ended up doing, I would tell myself to follow my heart a little bit more and to focus on that. I was cool and I was able to, start to experience the things that I did and engage in, the artistry and the creative world. But to be honest, I did kind of play it a little safe. I did stick with my full-time job. I did go to college and and kind of stay on the what you're supposed to do path as opposed to what you want to do path until way after I graduated college. Not way after, but when I graduated college. And so looking back, especially again, not to my own horn, I'm kind of slick. I'm good at what I do. And I got really good really fast. It was one of those things like, damn, if I had done this 5 years earlier and really followed what I wanted to do more than what I thought I was supposed to do, who knows where I would have been now? Who knows what kind of growth I'd have had, especially, back when the city was different, I was different, I had different resources, all kinds of stuff. But I was just spending it elsewhere. So younger self, I definitely would say, okay, you follow your dreams and follow them a little bit harder because you had the right idea. Like you really did. And back then, the risk wouldn't have been as bad to go into it. It wouldn't have been as, again, like, look, I'm 35. Again, it seems a little crazy to be trying to be a whole, up and coming indie musician of a thing and a DJ and party and this. Most people from our generation tapped out already by my age. I'm kind of just getting started low key. And it's like, imagine if I was 25 though, like 10 years ago with that same, same energy, where would I have ended up? Who knows? That could be one of those, retrospect, hindsight, oh, what if type of things. But I definitely feel like younger self, I would have said, just follow your dreams a little bit harder. And probably would have ended up okay regardless. Have more fun.
Right.
I'd have told my younger self that too. Focus, stupid. Get yourself together. Because that seemed like it's the hardest thing to do when you're young, bro. Like how many, I'm pretty sure all of us on here right now has had an older person drop jewels on us and we ignored it and didn't listen to it because we were just
couldn't, yeah, because you just couldn't. I like it's like time. And sometimes you just not ready for that information.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I find myself doing that to a lot of my younger friends now. It's like I can tell you all kinds of game, like you going through relationships, you're going through money issues, this, that, and the third. People, and it's like I can tell you all of this because I did it before. Pete, this, that, and the third. This is how it's going to be, and they will be so hard-headed and just kind of not. And it's like, well, no, I remember. It's not that you're not listening. You just might not have had the experiences enough to be able to take it in. And when you're young, when you're in your younger 20s, you kind of, like you said, you want to do everything. Like we've been waiting for this moment, like type thing. So it's like, nah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna buy that. And it's like, okay, you don't have to do it all at one time. Ooh, that's another one. That's a good one. This is what I want to tell everybody younger than me. You have time. Stop tripping yourself out thinking you don't have time. Like a lot of the people I see, they'll trip like, oh no, like I'm about to turn 30, life is over. That's a myth. Life literally just getting started and it's fun. The only reason why it's not fun is because there's responsibilities in the real now. There's no safety blanket no more. Like you might not have your parents no more. You might not have your college refund check no more. Like whatever the case.
I miss those.
Cool boy. I be trying. I mean, like I'm about to go get a second bachelor's just for the refund check real quick. Who can I enroll like just for fall semester just to knock that out the way? But something. But it's like you don't have that many cushions once you get older. So things are a little bit more real. But other than that, it's like, no, you have time to do the things that you want to do. Like the burden of us getting older and stuff. Yes, we shouldn't waste our days away. But as far as your goals, again, if you think that's something that you should be doing and you feel it in your true spirit, if that's where you're supposed to be, you got time. It will work out because it's what you're supposed to be doing. You know, it may not be as fast, but it's coming. So that's the other piece. Try to focus, still have your fun, and relax. Like, it's gonna get done. Just have faith that it's gonna get done.
I feel like in the 20s is like the ADHD stage because, you know, like you said, you want to get it done. You like, I got it. I just got to get it done. I got to get it done. And then I
Because you
think
want to
too,
do
like,
everything right.
right. And
Mhm.
we like, and Godson King Phenomenal said in the comments, America and its distractions, we as a people definitely got to focus. So I'm pretty
Yes.
much agreeing, you know, I think, and it's so many, I think so many times it's like we weren't necessarily taught how to focus. We were just taught how to be uniformed, if that makes
Right.
sense. You know, so it definitely wasn't taught to us like how to actually be focused. Because a lot of times we can't even focus when we pray to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like just the small things. I think that as we practice focusedness, we can actually learn how to progress through that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But another question I have for you as this wonderful DJ you are.
Okay.
What's one of your favorite songs that you never play?
My favorite songs I never play. I guess what? Remember I told you I like all music, right?
Yeah.
The first thing that popped in my head, John Mayer. I
No way.
love John Mayer. And I can relate to a lot of his music as like a fellow problematic Libra. I love
Okay.
his writing. And I like to fashion myself as a open format DJ. So like there's a lot of places I've played where I can play anything, but I never quite. I've done that a couple times, like drop the random "Your Body Is a Wonderland" in the middle of the set with some twerk shit, and
Oh,
like I've done that. But I would be like, you know what? No, these days I don't want to depress nobody on the dance floor, so I'd be trying not to depress people on the dance floor, and I play breakup music and things like this
okay.
to remind you of your your
They be
problematic
playing
act.
raw wave in the club.
You said
They
what?
do. Raw Wave is
They
so
be playing
depressing.
raw wave sad songs in the club.
You know, it's an energy thing. You gotta read the room because it's like there's sad music like that, and then there's like drunk off of 3 beers type. You just real, you
Yeah.
know. It's like I don't know if I want that energy there. We can't turn up off that. We'll just be sad together at this point.
I ain't gonna lie. I think ladies first.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Leave me alone.
Sorry, we do this a lot because we think a lot alike. You get what I'm saying?
It's good.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's like a yin and yang.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because like I actually had a conversation with one of my peoples before, and I was like, bro, I think that it should be a club, you feel me, where everybody everybody can literally go there and it's not a turn up thing. Like sometimes you need to be able to go to a club and cry, you feel me,
And
or
feel
hear
it
a
out.
song. Or yeah,
You're not
let them
wrong.
feelings out that you can't never let out. Like Raw Wave would be a perfect example. Like you got a bunch of different type of songs and artists, you feel me, where people be feeling them when they by themselves. But just imagine if you and your homegirl can go out, you feel me, and y'all already going through stuff, but y'all don't express it or show it or anything, you feel me. But when
Mm-hmm.
you go to this one place and you ain't got to worry about nobody judging you. You can be,
Exactly.
if you want to be sad, it's okay. It's not frowned upon. You ain't got everybody twerking over here, and then you got one sad person in the corner, and everybody looking like, "What's wrong with that weirdo?" Like, and my homegirl was like,
That's a good idea.
yeah, she's like, that might really be a thing. That like,
No, that's real. Like you can have it like on some happy hour type time, like nice and early, or like on a Friday, have it on some. That would have to be like some 25 and older type of more sophisticated
yeah,
night, like at a sushi bar or something, or like a hookah bar or something.
That would be
yeah.
No,
nice.
but that could definitely musically. So one of the best parties I ever DJ'd, one of my favorite parties was I did this 4-hour all R&B party down in DC.
Ooh.
It was this queer group, they threw it. I forgot their name. I'm sorry if I did not shout them out. But yeah, it was all R&B night. It was a challenge because I was like, ooh, I get to pull out all the music for this one. But when I say the vibe was so cool, like it was, you know, it was R&B, so it got a little, you know, hype every now and then because that's what R&B do. But mostly the vibe was just so like that, and it was a bunch of couples, you know, like who just came. It was like a game night too, so they had the board games out, and you know, like they had drinks and everything, and it was in DC, so people could smoke. It had like the little background, whatever. It was such a vibe, and I was like, see, cooler stuff like this is definitely where it's at. Like we got to think different. It's not always as much as I love the turn up, you know, and as much as I love the bass drop, and I can't, you know, let that go. There's definitely different type of ideas, and that's a good one. I might run away with that.
So yeah,
Like
be
I'm
on the
kidding.
lookout, y'all, for
Definitely talk to them.
new era
Yeah, so like
410
definitely have y'all
R&B
like
nights.
that would be lit. Let me find a place.
For real though.
I'm down.
So I'm
You
down
can
for
add
the
a
call.
podcast on the TVs in the background.
This is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
for real.
Shoot a live from there or something.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why we made this platform too. Like on Sundays, I'm not sure if I told you about that on Sundays. They gave it a nickname. They call it Hood Therapy. Shout out to
Yeah,
Lily.
you were telling me about that. I want to come for that too, because that's some
Yeah,
real.
yeah. And when I tell you, like, people literally, because at the end of every episode, we always ask people, like, how did you feel about this episode? We want your honest opinion, things like that. And the stuff that they be saying be like kind of catching me off guard. I'm not sure about more, but I don't be expecting people to be really feeling like, bro, I feel better just after this, just talking. She was like the girl Lily, shout out to Lily again.
Shout out to Lily.
She literally became a close friend just from, you know, being on the Hood Therapy episodes all the time. And she was just like, yo, it's stories, you feel me, that I never told people in my life that I opened up on the podcast and talked about. And then she was telling me how people at her job that she didn't even know was paying attention to the podcast was like, yo, I never knew you went through that. I went through that too. So it's just like, it feels so good
being able to talk to each other is so important. And that's one of the reasons why, like I said earlier, and touched on me and the whole mental health thing. It's like, it's really important to show if you have the reserve to, because again, like you said, that's something that's super private. It's a vulnerability thing. Like most people have terms just coming to it themselves. So to be able to tell somebody else, let alone strangers in front of a platform, that this is something you deal with, that's a big deal. But every time I do, one of the reasons, because every time I get on that like real heavy and, you know, start sharing something really deep, I almost always get a message or two like, yo, thank you for saying that, because this is how I feel, and just seeing that somebody else going through it has helped me through the day. And it's like, right, like we need to be real with each other. Like we are not always okay. This world is a messed up place. Things are awful. So it's like, we are not always going to be okay. And that is fine because we are human and that is our reaction and stuff. So it's like, we can't even help ourselves, let alone each other, if we're not realistic about what's going on with us. That's why it's like, I don't play that pretend to be happy shit. It's like, no, if I'm not in a good space, I'm not in a good space. And I'm gonna tell you I'm not in a good space so you understand what's going on. You know, so it's like, no, I definitely love that, because you guys having a platform for, and like you said, you'll never even know. It'll just be, you just hear somebody else and you're like, you know what, yeah, once upon a time this, and you're like, ooh, I done said a thing. You know, and you helped yourself just by getting it off your chest finally, or you heard somebody else help you process it, or whatever the case. It all around almost always feels good. And I appreciate seeing places that we're getting more used to doing that with each other, because it's needed, because ain't nobody else coming to save us. Like, we got to take care of each other. Like, we have to.
So just know, y'all, it's okay not to be okay.
Yep.
I be having to tell myself that every day, bro, because I be thinking I'm Superwoman and I can take on everything. But some days, lately, it's been like, I think the way the energy has been lately is forcing me to deal with things head on. I can't ignore it. And if you aren't on the same vibrations as me, get the hell out of my face.
Yeah.
Because I can't do it.
And that's okay. My thing is that I've been in that phase recently where it's just like, you know, we can't have everybody with us. We can't, the boat isn't going to fit everybody. And people aren't going to have the same mission you do. People aren't going to have the same drive that you do. And that is perfectly okay. That does not make them bad. It does not make them your enemy. That doesn't make them anything less than just another person on this planet. And it is so okay to not vibrate on everyone's level.
Right.
And it is so okay when somebody do not resonate with you. And it's like a lot of us take ourselves like kind of like too seriously, you know, and take a lot of that super personal. And it's like, no, like these people are not out here, you know, to make you have a bad day. They did not wake up thinking about how am I gonna shit on this specific person. Like you're not even that person. So it's like relax, yo, like find your tribe. They are here for you. And if they're not your tribe, that is okay. Let them be.
And it's funny you even use the word tribe, because in our comments, Godson holding it down in the comments. I just gotta say,
shout out to
Godson.
Shout out. He said, unity is key. NewEra410 podcast. I always appreciate y'all, the energy y'all deliver. We appreciate you too.
We appreciate you, man. You
The
definitely
unity.
always on here every time we get on Facebook. You one of the reasons why we go from Facebook and YouTube, because at first we would just strictly just try to build a YouTube channel up, but we like, man, we still gonna be able to post this on YouTube. So not like, why not interact with our fans? Why not interact with the people that's on our social media platform as well?
Yeah.
I have my own podcast that I'm about to relaunch on the same thing for the second season. And from that, I don't know if you saw one of the things I host. I have this Baltimore Club Music Town Hall that I started hosting quarterly last year. And it was in person at first. Well, it's been in person every time. But every single time I did it, there'd be more people like, can you stream this? You know, because I would have it on a Saturday, people want to come, people have their kids or whatever. It wasn't a kid-friendly environment, like all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'll go online. That has Facebook sucked for a number of reasons, but when it comes to this live stream thing, that's really the easiest thing. YouTube plays games, so it's like, uploading it later is whatever. Instagram is awful in quality. And I'm like, those stick on Facebook, because that's like, you can reach and replicate the most people, and it's easiest for people to tap in for real. I'm like, I like that over here.
It seemed like with Facebook, you literally got everybody on your page, right? And most of the time you got people that's on your Facebook, that's on your Instagram and all the other social media. But I will notice that different platforms get more reactions. Like as far as Instagram, I feel like Instagram is good for the reels. So like when we post out clips of clips of the episodes and stuff like that, they do pretty good. People want to see that. But if you post a picture and all that, it don't get as much love as it do on Facebook.
Like for, like you said, like promotion and recaps, Instagram thrives in that because of how it does share the reels. But it's like, as far as when you actually doing the live product, and as far as having people interact with you, and because you can have a bunch of people join in, like any of them could go live and add on, and hop in. So it's like really easy to pull people from the audience, so to speak. Like, no, it's super. They got it together over here on that, and that's about it. Facebook's great. All the social media stuff is crazy.
So Ducky, one more question right before we go into this game.
Okay.
I gotta ask.
Ask.
Do you still play the R. Kelly songs?
No. Look, I was just, oh my God. All right, so this is this. No, I don't play R. Kelly jams. Because what the fuck? Now, I'm in this group. I'm not gonna put nobody's name out there because it drives me crazy. There's a group on Facebook, and it's basically just a big ass DJ group. Like there's like hundreds of DJs in there from the area, and we just talk about DJ shit, whatever. Every couple of months, somebody goes in there and posts, somebody requests the R. Kelly song, what you about to do? And every single time the comments, it's just flooded with, hell yeah, I'm a player. I don't care what that man did. I'm not the one who peed on the babies, like carrying on. And I'm just like, no. And I recently had this whole thing, and I'm like, what is it about? I don't know. I'm like, again, I don't know if it's that I'm coming from a female perspective, because again, 98% male, it's DJs. Like, there's not too many female DJs. So I'm like, I don't know if it's just the perspective I have from being a female and knowing what it's like to be harassed by predators and seeing the impact that it has on people, blah, blah, blah. And I just can't sit with the music. I can't sit with the music. I don't care how awesome. Listen, I love Strapped in the Closet. Step in the Name of Love is a fantastic song. Freaking I Believe I Can Fly was something that we grew up with watching First Station. I know, and it is sad. It is sad that monster created that music. But at the same time, I can't sit with supporting that. And people, like to do the separate the artist from the music thing. And I'm like, but you have to understand, this music was created with that evil in mind. It's literally about the evil. It's not like on some, oh, he just made this song and happened to be doing this. Like, no, he's literally singing about children when he made some of these songs that we love. So it makes me grossed out and disgusted, if not the least. So no, there is not one R. Kelly song in my laptop. And I've actually never had a request for it. So I don't have to navigate that. And simply if I did, I'd be like, nope, don't got it. It's whatever. Like, I just can't.
Got you. Yeah, I had to ask because it'd be like the elephant in the room. If an R. Kelly song come on, I'd be like, bro, just why you could have put Gracie's Corner on. Like
this is what I don't forget the last time it was election year. Was it? It wasn't this past election day. It was the one before. I think it was the one when, I don't remember. It was a big election day though. While we were in the election polls line, it's dead quiet in there. There's one little radio on playing whatever. Why did the attendant lady turn on some music? And she sure enough did turn on R. Kelly. Everybody in the line was just like, what?
Let me tell you what's even more crazy. Let me tell you what's even more crazy.
What is happening right now? Why are they playing this? It caught everybody off guard.
See, everybody off guard, right?
And I was like, yo, the songs be rocking, but come on, man, we can't do that with him.
And then everybody on this live, I'm sure everybody that has ever graduated has sung I Believe I Can Fly.
We all did. I think that we all had to sing it. That's what I'm saying. And I understand why it's so difficult. This is ingrained in us. R. Kelly music, if you are between a certain age, especially if you Black, has literally been ingrained in our childhood and culture since we was kids.
You wanna know why? Mm-hmm. I want y'all to do me a favor. If you always used to hear R. Kelly say he was the pop popper or R&B, right? I want y'all to really look up the definition of pop popper and understand what it is. The
whole time. And that's what he's been sick the whole time.
And we didn't even know. We was just stepping in the name of love. I didn't even know what was going on.
Movie body like a snake mouth. Right. I remember. It was great.
Come on, man. And look, Erica said Gracie's Corner do be bumping though. It definitely do. And then Big Frito on there too now. So yeah, it be bumping. It definitely be bumping. But
it makes me sad. It's one of the saddest things about me, like that ass. Like, we have the death of Michael Jackson, and then we have the death of the R. Kelly catalog. Especially if we move forward for Aaliyah, because then you have to talk about that. It's like the trickle down effect from R. Kelly's ramifications and the loss of what that's done to us as music. If you're upstanding citizen and don't want to support it, detrimental.
But let me tell you, there's some gospel music too that he wrote and that he's been on too. So I'm just.
It's crazy that it's crazy you said that, because I literally just Googled. Because I was just like, bro, it's hard to escape R. Kelly because it's a lot of songs.
Production, writing credits. Oh my God.
A lot of songs
movies
that he wrote that we don't even know that R. Kelly wrote it. Like, for example, You Are Not Alone, Michael Jackson, R. Kelly wrote that song.
Yeah, he co-wrote that shit. Yeah.
He wrote Destiny's Child, Stimulate Me. He wrote Life by Casey and JoJo.
Let me tell you something. He also wrote what's that? One Wing that on Sparkle that Jordan Sparks sings.
See,
he also sang with Marvin Sapp with one of his gospel songs. He wrote that as well.
That's why it was like, not to change topics, I bet this could get real deep on here with your lovely viewers. This is why when that whole the cancel world era exposed itself, I would go toe to toe with people, because I'm like, a lot of y'all really are doing this for likes and views, because if we really get down to it, if we really talk about canceling somebody, the amount of stuff that you have to get rid of for some of these people is astronomical. And like you saying, all these random songs, all these association with different artists, you would have to cut out so much stuff. It's like, are you really ready for that? Or are you just trying to?
In the corner?
Yo, he wrote
Gigolo
Gigolo for Nick Cannon, yo.
He wrote Gigolo. Hey, yo.
He wrote Gigolo for Nick
I'm a gigolo.
Hey, yo. I can't. So look, so Erica said, man, listen, classics are classics too, though. Does the personal life really have to be a part of the actual artist? Godson said he should have been chin checked with the Aaliyah marriage, but we ignore that. Yeah, we should have. Yeah, it's a. You know what? That's for another episode, y'all. That's for another episode.
I want to say, like, that's a big one, because Erica, to your point, that's what I said. I don't know if you heard it when I said it earlier. The whole separate the man from the art thing is I used to stand on that, because I'm like, no, we're here to consume the artistry. If somebody is evil, that's them and their business, right? But this music you created is great. The problem is his music. He was really thinking about having sex with a 14-year-old when he was writing these songs. So it's like, when you can't separate that no more. This music is about that. So it's like, that's why when certain things come, it's like, oh nah, like, this is nasty. This is a little bit different, because I'm definitely about that. Like, I get what you're saying, like classics. Like, again, we it's not our fault he was doing that. It's not our fault. And at the time, a lot of us, we ain't know.
Right.
So it's like, we can't hold that against ourselves that we found something beautiful in his art, when secretly he's been trifling the whole time. And there's proof of it, and a number of women attest to it. And he continues to do that. So it's like, that's my only thing about, right, we knew R. Kelly the artist, and R. Kelly the artist, the writer, the producer, exactly.
Right.
Wonderful. Thanks for I Believe I Can Fly. But the rapist and the pedophile and the whatever else you want to.
No.
Now we know that man, and that's the man that I just can't.
That's the man in the mirror.
Right. Now that we got a nice amount of viewers on, I want to ask Ducky, are you ready to play Family Feud?
I guess I'm gonna be ready.
So look, this is what we're gonna do. For season 2, we always got a game incorporated in our episodes. So last episode, we had a game that we played. Amor, what was the name of the game again?
Damn, Gina. So if you're a Martin fan, it was pretty much asking a bunch of questions about Martin and things like that you probably didn't even think about, and you had to be really like a real fan, even though real fan was kind of struggling.
I'd have been in here embarrassed myself.
Oh, trust me, the comments was hilarious. Wait until episode. It was. So right now, what we're gonna do is, Amor, you still got your set of cards?
Yes, my guy, I got the set of cards.
All right, so what we can do before we get started, the way Family Feud works, y'all watch the show.
Mm-hmm.
You got your answers on the board, and you got your questions that you got to ask. But what we want to do is, we want to have everybody that's a part of the audience right now. We want y'all help too. Y'all going to be on Ducky's team to make sure that she figure out every single answer, so she's not left alone. All right, that sound cool, everybody in the audience? All right, let's go. We can start with Amor. Always ladies first. Do you want to pop the first question to her?
Yes, I do. You hear that great music? I'm trying to make sure y'all got yourselves together so you could get your answers right. All right, let's go to this first question. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's get it.
All right, let's see. I love the energy. She said, let's get it. All right, there are five answers on the board, and we asked about 25 people. Name a piece of clothing you might wear more than once.
Things.
That's the number one answer. Let's go.
Yay! Ding, 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 ding.
You got 4 more. Let's go.
All right. 4. You shouldn't be wearing more than jeans, like more than okay. A hoodie.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay. You know, I'm cheating.
Don't
I'm
forget
not
to look
cheating.
at
Stop.
I was about to say, don't forget to look at your comments. They on your
I'm
Yeah,
team.
not. I see the
they
comments.
helping you out.
Socks
But
for real. I would say that.
remember, you only get 3 strikes.
Okay.
You said socks.
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay,
There's
so
2
I'm up
more
to
answers
3.
on the board. Yep.
Yeah, a bra. That's the only acceptable underwear to keep wearing.
So they got underwear, bra, and socks as one answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's fair. I don't want you wearing underwear 2 days in a row though. Like not your panties and not your boxers. We need to change those every day.
Why Erica said I'm more about to take Steve jump. Hey yo.
I'll say let's get it.
Let's get it.
I have more. Damn.
Yeah, two more answers on the board.
Outside of like jeans, I said, a hoodie,
socks, and hoodie is what you said.
Yeah, like jacket, coat.
Ding, 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 ding. Coat.
Okay.
And there's one more answer on the board.
And surprisingly, you have no strikes so far.
None. Nada.
But that's where it gets up.
Like accessories. That's my strike. Okay.
All right, one strike. I keep track of the strikes for you.
Thank you, my guy.
Make sure you check it.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah. Headwear. Damn.
Think about it. I'm gonna be better than Steve today, right? So it's something that you put over the bra.
You put over what?
Over your bra.
Oh, I mean the shirt.
Let's go. Let's get it. You done cleared the board. Let's go.
Yay.
Oh.
I was like, okay. Yeah, we can wear yesterday's shirt.
All right. So okay. We asked 25 people that might have subscribed. It was really like 100, but we're gonna say 25 right now.
Okay.
Okay. And with this question, there are 5 answers on the board. All right.
Okay.
So name a reason you get acne.
The reason I get what?
Acne.
Too much soda.
Ding, 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 ding.
So what's that, diet? Or is it soda?
Chocolate candy, greasy food.
Yes, okay, so diet. Yeah. We just
diet. Yep.
Okay. Your age.
Ding, 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 ding. Age, puberty, hormones. Let's go. That was the number 1 answer.
Okay. Not
this ninja said the lack of sex. Okay, go ahead.
You might be on to something, bro.
I heard some things about that you know.
Remember this family feud. This not hood. Hood feud.
Okay, so I guess we can't use that answer. That's right.
Nah,
that's not appropriate for the 12-year-olds watching. You feel
maybe
me?
next time,
unless you want to ask.
Huh?
Unless you want to ask.
That's New Era Podcast After Dark. That's
yes,
the 2 a.m.
and you know it.
Damn, I'm about to get all struck out. I really don't know. Okay, so we answered your diet already. We answered your age, stress.
Stress. Ding, 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 ding.
Yay.
2 more answers on the board. Okay. 2 more answers on the board, y'all. Right. Name a reason why you get acne.
Being nosy.
First strike.
Not that being nosy, you do get that little pimple right there. Though. You get that little pimple.
What I'm saying. Like I didn't see it. I didn't see it on people like, oh, your skin bad. You must have been in somebody else's business. Not enough water, right? So is that the diet though? I want to say not enough water too, but does that go with diet?
I think that would be a part of diet as well.
Right. That's what I said first.
Repeat the question for the new people just joining the live, please.
Name a reason you get acne. We done all had to spill. Who need acting up? What?
Oh, my knee's not acting up yet. What, because of the rain?
It was
Oh,
crazy.
I was like, did I bump the screen?
I'm like, damn, did I say acne wrong?
I don't know. I don't have a last answer.
All right, so let's go to the guests. Let's go to the audience, man. How many she got left?
It's just one left, right?
You got two. So
Two
we
left?
need help with the audience, man. What will cause you to have acne?
Outside of diet, outside of
really,
eating,
I feel like this could have been one.
Damn. You gotta make it like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Like call a friend.
Yeah, that's what we try to do with the audience, but they're a little slow on it.
I would say they stumped like me. Like, I don't know. Damn. I don't want to cheat. I'm about to go ask WebMD. Like,
okay, you on to something, godson. You on to something?
Oh, okay. Let me see. I mean, yeah, like just your skincare, lotion and moisturizing and things of this nature.
Keep going.
Oh no, there's more.
But they say a specific thing. It's what's up, Kama? Okay, Kama, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take the. I'll take it because it says dirty face.
Oh, okay. So just washing your face. Yeah.
Okay, shout out Kama. Okay.
And then we can even give you what you just said, because you said moisturizer and name all these products. So sometimes the wrong moisturizer can give you oily skin, which can cause up your pores, which can give you that acne. So there you go. Boom. We got that question up out of here. Let's go.
I'm on a roll.
All right.
I'm proud of myself.
Now we're going to switch it up. You feel me? Because I'm a question now. I'm about to ask you something. And everybody in the audience, man, remember y'all on Ducky's team. So make sure y'all
the lifeline.
Y'all her lifeline. So the first one I'm going to ask is, name an occupation where someone would have to be good with words.
Okay. Radio. So a DJ, like a radio personality.
I agree with you, but for some reason,
but it's not up there.
On there.
I believe it. Okay.
This is
no, watch me mess this all up. First strike. I'll take it. First strike.
Am I included in this lifeline? Because I don't know this one.
Yeah, if you don't know, if you don't got the card, then yeah, you can help answer.
Oh, and your people
remember she got
answers too.
Remember, a teacher.
Teacher, number 3 answer. Let's go.
Yay.
And this is
doing
8 different answers. Make sure you look at your comments too.
8.
I know. I don't want to. I'm trying to think. Okay, so what we have? Kima said teacher, which is lit. I'm gonna go with customer service. I just did that too. So
number 6 answer, customer service.
Ding, 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 ding. I got one.
Good. Got something holding it down.
Let's go.
What's one?
Lawyer.
Number 1
answer. Politician.
Lawyer. What? Number 1 answer.
1 answer. Good. Yep.
Ding, ding, ding. Let's get this.
Yeah, I was gonna say politician.
But ooh, that might be number 4 answer, politician.
Okay.
Oh, they coming through with look.
I'm gonna say no. This is the one they know. Okay, salesman, therapist.
She said salesman first.
I did say salesman first.
Salesman. I feel like I don't want to give you an X for a salesman because I feel like that goes under customer service.
Yeah,
we can do that.
Yep, that's what we're doing. This new era.
So what was your other one you just said?
Therapist.
You better not say, you better not. I swear to God.
So let me ask y'all this. Is a therapist considered a journalist?
Stupid ass no.
No.
So y'all got
you gave us the answer though, so you might as well not even that's the ding 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 ding.
Nope, that's
right.
Just
they like cancel out a little bit.
Right. You gotta come on, meet us halfway.
Nope, I asked you that on purpose. You feel me?
I ain't wanna lie.
Yeah, I know. So be careful because y'all got 2 X's, but right now you got 1, 2, 3 left.
Damn. Okay. I don't even know.
This shit ghetto.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
Think about religion.
A pastor or a preacher.
Pastor. That's the last answer. Pastor or priest is the number 8 answer.
Somebody said.
So now we just got 2 left.
Where's the clues?
Right, like
Both of them have something to do with both of the last answers have something to do with the example I'll give to you is we can read it. Something that you can read, a job that requires that they do something and we read what they do.
so yeah,
So
not
how-
a journalist. You gave us that one.
No, it's
Author?
more
Writer.
author/writer.
Author. Okay.
And your last one is, I'll give y'all a hint for y'all last one. Let's see if they get in the comments. They said
Tracy, you walked
rappers
into
and
Family Feud.
yeah, we playing Family Feud today. Shout out to Trizzy. He always on here with the game.
Yay. Hi, Trizzy.
And you got Mac on here. You know, we got a couple
Yeah.
people representing, showing love. All right, so the last one, I feel like it kind of correlates with, you know, author and writer. But when you write something, you have to get somebody to proofread it. What would be another
Editor.
proofreader?
She just said it.
That's it, editor.
Editor is the last answer. So you
We
survive.
petty for not looping that with writer.
Huh?
That's like the same damn thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the same way too.
Let
but I
them
was
live
all right,
today.
They trying to get real quick.
They
They
can
trying to
have
get real tricky.
I'm gonna say they can have it.
Now I ain't gonna lie. This next one that I'm about to ask y'all is gonna ruffle a couple feathers.
Uh-oh.
Gosh.
And I know y'all women don't play about y'all hygiene, so this definitely about to. This
Uh-oh.
definitely
I'm not on my
y'all
B Simone.
It's about to piss y'all off. We asked all 129 of our subscribers this question. Tell me the longest you've gone without a shower or bath.
Oh, like about a week.
1
I think
week
that
is the number 3 answer.
I can't think of. I remember the week because it was a bad week. I was sick, so I just was not leaving the bed.
But you got to remember,
Which is
it ain't really how long
It's not
you
really
have.
me. Yeah, I
It's
know.
how
But that's why I'm disturbed. So okay.
Yo, not the emojis in the comments. Yo said, Tree said, hey yo.
All right, so I was about to say you can look at your comments and get answers and stuff too. Because
She
I'm gonna
said
say,
2
so
days.
it's five common answers. No, don't. All right, so she said 2 days.
is that an answer for you?
Yes.
Yes, 2 days is the number 2 answer.
24
Okay.
hours.
Yeah. Can we do 24 hours? I'm like, can we just start in the beginning? Just take a shower every day. Why don't you?
Yeah.
Just wash
You know,
up, something of that
hours.
nature.
Number
Water
5
gotta
answer
touch
is
your body
1
at least
day.
every day.
Let's go. Because who the hell is going longer than a week?
This one,
Yeah, so
it's a
to give you
problem
a-
at that point in time. Like
So to
somebody
give-
got to do a wellness check on you.
For real.
So
Like
I'll give y'all a hint. The longest is a week. Every other answer
Okay.
is in a week.
woo,
All right.
that's what I was worried about because I was like, Lord, don't have too many people out here answering top 5 questions would they go longer than a week. Like that gotta be it.
Who trying to have a caked up cake? Ain't nobody trying to have a caked up cake.
So y'all got 3 answers, no X's,
Okay.
and you got 3 more answers left.
So I'm going with Kim is still 5 days.
5 days is the number 6 answer.
Okay. Now
Shout
let's
out
count down.
Talking about Boop definitely made these questions. I
For
promise.
real.
He's like, no, it's the box.
I promise I did. We got the official.
We said
game,
3 days
Tracy.
already? How many
We didn't say 3
We
how
got the
many questions
official
we got
game.
left?
So
Let's do
y'all
3 days.
pick so far was 1 week, 2 days, 1 day, and 5 days. So y'all got 2 answers left.
3 days, 2 days.
You already said 2 days.
Oh,
And we already said 24 hours.
we said 3 days?
Y'all
Yeah,
said
I think we did
1 week, 1 day, and 5 days.
I said
3 days.
3 days is the number 1 answer.
because ain't nobody got time.
And y'all got 1
Like, is
more.
this before or after the pandemic?
Yeah,
know
because
when
at
we
this
was in their
point,
homes, people was just chilling in the house. Like, I ain't go nowhere. I ain't do nothing. I ain't
don't say
washing.
I ain't even
like,
changing my clothes, man. Like that.
Yeah, like, do I smell for no? Okay, whatever.
I'm alright.
Like, that was real big 2020 vibes. But I'm like, now that we back outside,
Please, and
no.
it's hot. You
And
can't
it's
be
hot,
coming
yeah,
outside
like,
funky.
get it together. Water has to touch your body every day.
Let me tell you.
Like, you gotta
Yo.
do something.
Y'all got no strikes.
Yo said twice
One
a day. I got
answer left.
allergies. Disney. Hey.
Real shit.
Is it a couple hours? Is it like an hour type of thing ordeal?
Yeah, like
First
12
X.
hours.
Damn.
None of them are
Okay.
hours. All of them are days, or all of them are days. So y'all
All
got
of my days.
for one
So what
answer.
number didn't we say that's less than 7?
So
I don't like this question. I don't like the format.
y'all said
16.
5 days. Y'all said 1 week. Y'all said 1 day. Y'all said 2 days, and y'all said 3 days.
So 4 days.
Thank you. I was like,
Okay.
Right, what?
It's like which number is missing at this point?
Yeah, for real. Yo
yes.
said just 1 through 7.
Yeah, like just
I thought that's what y'all was going to do once I said it wasn't longer than a week. I was like,
Look, Trisha said it's so hot, 2 showers at minimum at this point.
no, for real.
no, for real.
Trizzy, let me tell you
It was
something.
not playing.
All right, go
My
ahead.
daughter be
Amor.
like, you taking another one? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
Mind your business. So
Right.
this we didn't ask the 129 of our subscribers this question.
Mhm.
Name something most people regret.
Most people
It's
what?
8 answers on the board. Name something most people regret.
Ooh.
Their exes.
Hmm?
Their exes.
And you know it. You know.
That was a
If you
good
know,
one.
you know. Mhm.
That's the
That's
first thing
number
that
3
pops to
answer.
mind. Okay. They might regret that. They might regret what they ate last night for dinner. I don't know.
Is that an answer?
Mm-mm.
Dinner?
I don't
Ooh,
even know how you would term that.
first X. So dinner is your first X. You was on point though.
You definitely was on point.
Don't
Okay,
forget you
that's
got your
a good one.
lifeline.
You got your
job.
lifelines. Job, that is one. Yes, yes. That's the number 6
See,
answer right
food,
there.
that's what I was getting at, but it's not food.
I think these answers are kind of like specific, but I don't think they like outlandish things.
Trying to think things that you regret.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to your reunion, like missing out on events. Like I don't know how to term that.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
It say not
Okay.
doing something. It say
Not
not
doing
doing
something.
something.
Okay.
Yep. So there are 5 more
Good.
answers on this board.
Phew.
Look, he trying to help you out there. Look at Boot.
What is he doing? Oh, tattoos.
Yes, that is number 1 answer on the board.
See, no, I was trying to getting drunk last night. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like that is definitely a regret for many people the next morning.
It is.
So is
the
that an
hangover.
answer, or you just was reading the comment?
No, I want that to be an answer. I'm willing to go down for that.
I wanted to be an answer too, but it's not.
Ooh, y'all got 2 X's. Be careful now.
I'm scared now.
How many
we got
answers?
Look, and we got how
We
many
have
choices left?
4 left. We have
It's not looking good
4
for us.
left.
It's not looking good for us.
It is. It is.
All right, let's have faith. Things we regret. So people regret their tattoos, sure. People
Yep.
regret their job. People regret their relationships.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. How much money they spent?
Who? When you hit it, how about to
Okay. Shout out Godson.
spending my own money make my head hurt.
No,
Ooh.
it's bad. I don't like doing that. That is not the way. My money? No.
Mm-hmm.
No, not my money. We can spend y'all money. We can
Shout
spend
out
their
to
money.
the fan though. Yeah, I've been waiting for you to open that bad boy. Yeah.
True,
I
yes.
told you it's hot in here. The rain did not do exactly what it was supposed to do. It only helped a little bit.
The rain
Right.
was not raining, okay?
I made it.
No, it's more lightning than anything.
Making a whole lot of noise.
Yeah, that's it.
How
All
many-
right, so we got 1 more
We
or
got
2 more, 3 more.
3 more, yes.
And while she's thinking and waiting, make sure everybody that's on this live, man, make sure y'all take the time to subscribe and like. Make sure y'all follow Dynamo on all platforms and support everything that's going on.
Because if you're not following NewEra410 podcast, that's crazy about you. We getting up all these good gems and don't be following. Y'all crazy.
You get 2 X's and then the comments stopping, man. What's going on?
I know,
Don't
like
get
we all
slouchy
gave up.
now.
Like everybody's just like, man, we don't know.
Man, we don't know.
What do you regret?
Somebody put a sad face emoji next to oh, you put that.
That was me, yeah. And I was sad it wasn't the answer. I was like, damn it.
Oh man. What do people regret? You got any hints for or more?
I don't got no damn hints.
Ooh.
Oh, look.
Oh, well, isn't that relationships? They're marriage.
Yep, they got that as separate. They got that separate.
He said we thinking.
No.
Yeah, not you. Oh, well, put your thinking cap on tight, and let's get to these answers.
Well, God's son been helping. We need everybody else.
Yeah.
Go.
So, let me see. Let me think real fast, y'all. For real. What is something that you have regret? I'm thinking.
I went through all of them just now.
What's all the ones
I
she
try
said?
not to live with regrets.
You said what now?
I said I try not to live with regrets. Oh no, not the kids. Let's go that
Not
far.
the kids. Yo said, fuck them kids.
Do people regret having their children?
Some people do.
It
Some
depends who
people
you're talking to.
I've heard both sides.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put that down as an answer.
No, that's not no
No.
answer.
Oh, so that means it's 3 strikes. Let her know what she meant.
Dun.
I love.
All right, so lying, arguments, or being rude.
Huh,
We wouldn't have got that because sometimes we don't regret no damn argument and we don't regret being rude.
Yeah. It's necessary sometimes. Like, what you mean?
Facts.
You got another one or more, or you want me to go and throw another one in?
You can take over real fast.
All right. All right, let's do this one. This one should be a good one. I feel like I feel like the audience should be able to get a lot of these right, just right along with you. Name what food smells best while it's cooking.
Cake.
8 answers.
8?
8 different answers. And and all of these things are, don't just think of like just meals. It's things that you literally can cook and it smells good. So don't limit yourself to what y'all thinking.
Okay. My first answer is cake.
Cake is definitely not on there, but it's something else.
Crazy.
It's something else on there that you bake.
All right, I'm gonna come back to that. What about
you want to read off anything in your comments? I see a
hold up, wait, I gotta get back to that one though.
definitely see an answer in the comments.
Oh yeah, there you go. Cookies.
Cookies, yeah. Cookies is the number 7 answer.
That's petty. Okay. What about barbecue food?
Barbecue. Yep.
Like cookout.
Number 3 answer.
Okay. Bacon.
Bacon is the number 1 answer.
Yep. Coffee. Does that count? Like, that's not a food.
Nah, so I'll let it slide.
Okay.
Everything on this list mostly is foods that you actually cook.
Okay. What else?
What's a food that Black people love frying?
Chicken.
Chicken.
Does chicken taste better? I mean, smell better cooking? I don't know about that. Maybe, yeah.
That's
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That is pretty
chicken
crazy.
is the number 6 answer. So you got 4 more answers left and you got 1 strike.
4 answers, 1 strike. Pasta.
Pasta is actually not on the list. So this will be your second.
All right. We already talked about barbecue. Talked about dessert.
I'll give you a hint. 2 of the answers are not necessarily foods, but it's things that you use to cook foods with. Like a lot of people put these things in their food for extra flavor.
I'm confused.
Like, for example, if I'm making maybe like a pork chop or something,
Yeah.
put peppers in it. I might cook with
Right.
pepper without
Onion, garlic.
onions and garlic. You just got
Yes.
two answers in one.
Okay. Garlic. Is that both of them? Onions and the garlic? Is that both two separate answers?
They were two different answers. You got two strikes, and you literally have two answers left.
Okay. Now I'm hungry. Thinking about garlic and onions.
What you gonna eat for dinner?
Huh?
What you gonna eat for dinner?
Listen, this is what I'm trying to think. I'm like, wait, what is dinner? I don't know. I have to figure that out. Crap. I give up. I don't give up, but where's my team? All right, choose your mad at me. I know y'all turned to, what's it called? No, this isn't, it's like half Family Feud, half Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, because they did have the dramatic music that will come on now when there's one strike left.
I'll give you an idea.
Okay.
All right, so you want the hint for the number 4 answer or the number 2 answer?
The number 2 answer.
The number 2 answer is this is one of the meats that people go to restaurants and get, and
steak.
they come. Bam.
Yum.
Your last
Who talks about cooking crack? I don't know what crack smells like. Thank goodness. So I can't speak on that.
I thought you said crack.
No, I do not know it. I don't know that one.
You want to know that one? You got one answer left, and you got 2
right.
Now, I feel like with this one, this is kind of hard to guess because no one thinks of how this smells because a lot of people never cook this on their own. Okay. But I feel like you have different types of it. And if you put garlic on it and eat it with your spaghetti, then you kind of can guess. What do most people eat with their spaghetti? Garlic bread. Right, but without the garlic,
it's just bread.
Right.
Okay, no, you're right. Okay.
How many people know what bread smells like?
One of the best smells.
Well, if you go down by the bakery.
I want to say H&S, you already know.
Yep. You already know what it smells like.
Broadway real quick.
Yes, sir.
You got to give it morning. Yep.
And that's all of the answers right there. We got 11 minutes left in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, Amor, you want to ask another one?
Another one is Family Feud questions?
Yeah, well, what do you want to do? What do y'all want to do? Y'all want to continue with the game for the last part of the episode, or do y'all want to jump back into some topics?
Let's do a topic. What topics? Because I'm good at running my mouth and not answering questions about regrets and...
Well, we hope you enjoyed the game of Family Feud right now.
I did. That was super fun. And thank you, audience, for helping. Because,
we've been needing help.
Y'all held it down a couple of them rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So, Amor, you want to throw out a topic, or do you want me to throw out one?
I do. I want to throw out this topic. And me and Mason were talking about this earlier, for real, right? So I just want to know from you, see what your standpoint is, right?
Okay.
When exactly do you feel like it's time to release a person?
To release a person?
Mm-hmm.
As in, you just not going to deal with them anymore?
Or like setting boundaries with a person, whichever one you prefer.
When, all right, so if to me to answer that, just off the top of my head, it depends on first how much this person means. I say that, for example, I can use myself as an example. I meet a lot of people, right? there's a lot of people that I can meet at an associate level that is just somebody I know, through whatever, and that's fine. And then there's people who I know who mean a lot to me. They're a part of my everyday process. Either I live with them, or I converse with them every day. I work with them every day, something like that. Trizzy said it in the comments just now. The minute somebody's disturbing your peace is a good reason to immediately put up your boundary. However, I do believe that you have the responsibility of informing the world around you. So my personal policy is when they repeatedly disturb your peace after you told them. Because if I just met you and we're just getting to know each other and I do something to piss you off, that's not my fault. Because I don't know you like that and I didn't mean to. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm somebody who need to be cut off immediately. However, if you tell me, Ducky, I don't like it when you do this, or Ducky, when you do this affects me in this way, and I continue doing it, that's when it's like, So I encourage the building of boundaries, but I don't like encouraging demonizing people because it's not always their fault. So it's like, and a really important thing about that, a boundary is something that you set for yourself, not other people. So it's like, that's your own work that you're doing about you, not necessarily what these other people are doing in reaction to you. So, yeah. If you put it out there that they're doing something to disturb you and they continue disturbing you, that's when it's time for them to go. Because that means they just don't care.
Got you.
That's how I see it.
For sure. Because your piece is everything. I think your piece is everything. I think a lot of times sometimes we just, like, if say for instance a person, it has a title in our life, like your parents or something like that, a significant other, a lot of times we just kind of take it and we hold on to it until it becomes like a ticking time bomb until it just explode, So we got to try to find healthy ways, I think, to try to even set those boundaries set the boundaries with ourselves, to understand how to respect ourselves amongst people that have titles in our lives. So for sure,
and that's like what I was getting at earlier about that mental health thing. It's important to be honest with yourself first. Like, screw everybody else, but you gotta be honest with yourself. And when you're being honest with yourself, that is when you establish when your true boundaries really are what they are. And to be honest, the better you get at setting boundaries, the least you have to do it. Because you just walk with that, you can walk in life being cool. So you don't even have to worry about so many people tripping, over you, because you've already done what you needed to do to keep your energy safe, basically. But no, that's really it. Protect your peace and be accountable. Like, understand your own role in the bullshit too, because it's there. Trust me.
So even touching back on the mental health aspect, right? Like, what were things that you did to protect your mental health, and what would you recommend to other people?
One of the first things that I did, believe it or not, essentially kind of went back to my family. My mother had urged this to me years prior to any type of big, break or meltdown I had. And she was always like, come back home, surround yourself with people who actually really love you. And that to me is, if you're out here doing it on your own, basically, your network and who you surround yourself with is of the utmost importance. If you have people who are constantly negative around you, even if they're not being purposefully negative, you will absorb that energy. It will take something in. So having people who both are, if you can, manage it. Again, the world's crazy, so everybody has their own stuff. So I'm not asking you to find only perfect people, but people who generally are in decent spaces, and even if not, are ultimately supportive of you and really care about you, like you as the person, and like you as the person, not what you can do or not what you can provide. Like, literally, no, I care about, did you eat today? I care about, are you feeling okay today? I care about, were you able to see a goal today? Something like that. Surrounding yourself with people like that, even if it's just one or two people, can help you so much. Even if your friends aren't your therapist, we don't want to put that burden on them, but even still, just having someone around that you can feel safe and comfortable enough to share your thoughts, even not all of them, is of the utmost importance. Because one thing about being popular is you can be super lonely too. Just because you know a lot of people, just because there's 1,000 people online when you are, and you can post to Instagram and get 20 likes in a few minutes, you can definitely have nobody or feel like you have nobody. So it's like always making sure that you got at least one or two people, whether it's a parent, whether it's an old friend, whether it's a business partner, whether it is your girlfriend or boyfriend, husband, wife, whatever, that you can confide in and that really is there for you. You can make it, but the support is necessary. You can't do it on your own. That's a fact.
Right. Thank you for that. So tell everybody where they can find you or follow you.
Okay, I make it really easy for the world. I am Ducky Dynamo on freaking everything. So I'm Ducky Dynamo here on Facebook, my like page, over on Twitter, over on Threads, over on Instagram. Musically, you can find me on SoundCloud, Mixcloud, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, blah, blah, blah. The whole thing. It's all Ducky Dynamo on all of it. Please also, if you're watching, you can find this through my page. I do have a podcast as well called Walking Down the Avenue, in which I interview Baltimore club folk about Baltimore club and do that whole thing. I just created an Instagram page for it a couple weeks ago because I'm gonna start my season's coming up. So as I say, I'm right there with you in solidarity with the podcast thing. I know.
So quick
that's
question.
Also,
before we wrap everything up.
Yeah.
Will you be at the King of Baltimore?
Yes. I will be present.
I will see you there.
Yes.
I have other questions for you. So yeah, I will definitely see you there.
Want to plug that because that's all the homies, that's the partners, that's everything. Tap into the King of Baltimore competition. The prelims event is in a couple weeks at the end of this month. So if you've seen King of Baltimore before, prelims is definitely where it's at outside of the, meat of the competition. And the actual event is on August 6th. Get your tickets because that's going to be super lit. I'm definitely in there on stage as usual, hiding in my corner watching.
And there's a prelim after party at Graffiti Alley as well.
Yeah, right after we'll be outside. I will definitely be scooting around there. I'm super excited for that. It's going to be a good time.
Awesome. Again, we definitely thank you for your time and thank you for being transparent with us here in NewEra410 podcast. And to those who are listening, watching, whatever you're doing, make sure you subscribe to our pages. We're everywhere on all social media platforms, NewEra410 podcast. And if you're feeling real generous, you can hit that cash app too. It's NewEra410 podcast because things don't run on love, but we sure do love some money. So thank you very much.
And before we end, we like to do like a review with our guests. And I want to personally ask you, what did you think about this episode? Like just your personal opinion.
I loved it. And honestly, I saw some snippets from your other show. Like, I know what it like. I really appreciate the vibes y'all bring. It is super confident. Usually I'm the one doing the interview. So to be on the other side, I was like, yes, this is nice. I appreciate your vibes. I appreciate you again sharing space for your guests to say, essentially whatever. I appreciate the range of topics, that we can get down and talk about deep stuff, but also talk about, not changing your bra every day or whatever the case in family be. So I definitely appreciate this, and I'm definitely going to tap in and make sure everybody check this out because y'all got a good thing going. I love it.
Appreciate it. So one thing that we doing different season 2, before I end this out, Amor, is there anything that you wanted to say?
All I gotta say to everybody, again, if you're not following NewEra410 podcast, that's crazy about you.
That's wild.
Yeah, so one thing that
behavior. Unhinged.
For season 2, we switched a couple things up. So as you can see, we got a get to know you segment and we got a game segment. So that's something that we bring in season 2 that's different. And the last thing in season 2 is at the end of every episode, we kind of get like a sound clip of our guests shouting out New Era 410 podcast. And then eventually, once we got enough, that will be our intro.
That's cute. Let's do it. Okay, when you want me to do it right now?
Whenever you're
When we
ready.
say it. Okay. Wait, now I gotta think.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to say things on the spot. Like you be like, what? Okay.
Yeah, put your own flavor on it, all that type of stuff.
Okay. This is Ducky Dynamo, and I just want to give a big shout out to NewEra410 podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Like that. We appreciate you, and we out.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for a great episode.
No problem. Thank you.
Well.
Still ain't subscribed to New Era 410 podcast on YouTube?
It's crazy about you.